Welcome back to New York, everyone, as we continue live on the NCAA Basketball Championship Selection Show. And right now, a look at the tournament brackets from the NCAA and its corporate champion, Pontiac. And let's run down the East region. These are Friday, Sunday games to be played in Dayton, Ohio. The top seed, the Pittsburgh Panthers. Coach Jamie Dixon wondering where his team was going to head out of the Big East. The Panthers come into the tournament winning 10 of their last 12 games. And veteran team is just sitting there. Yeah, we know we're good. Who are we going to meet? You're going to meet the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State out of the Atlantic Sun. They won the Atlantic Sun Conference Tournament, and they are going to take on the top seed in the East, the Pittsburgh Panthers. The number 8 seed out of the Big 12, the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Coach Travis Ford, in his first season in Stillwater, leads his team into the tournament where they will meet number 9 Tennessee. The Volunteers out of the SEC. Coach Bruce Pearl has won 20 or more games in all 4 of his seasons at Tennessee.
I tell you what, this is going to be an interesting matchup because Oklahoma State's starting to play real good basketball here second half of the season. Tennessee, still an unknown commodity defensively. Could be a tough game for them.
All right, Greg. Now, first and second round games Friday, Sunday in Boise, Idaho. The number 5 seed, Seminoles of Florida State. Coach Leonard Hamilton, ACC Coach of the Year. And the Seminoles reach their first ever ACC tournament final. They'll meet the Wisconsin Badgers out of the Big Ten.
How about Wisconsin, a 12 seed? I don't know too many people who even had them on the bubble. That means they're one of the last 2 or 3 teams in. The committee gives Maryland a 10 and Wisconsin a 12. That's the ACC versus the Big Ten, folks.
All right, now the number 4 seed and the second team out of the Atlantic 10, the Musketeers of Xavier, won their 3rd straight Atlantic 10 regular season title. They will meet the 13th seeded Vikings out of Portland State. And the Big Sky Conference Tournament winner. They won back-to-back Big Sky Tournament titles. So that's that half of the bracket. Now, Thursday, Saturday games in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the number 2 seed, the Duke Blue Devils. Winners today of the ACC Conference Tournament. Coach Mike Krzyzewski, winningest coach in NCAA Tournament history. Who will Duke meet? The Binghamton Bearcats, winners of the America East Conference Tournament. They won it. They go to their first ever NCAA Tournament. The number 7 seed in the East, the Texas Longhorns. The winningest coach in Texas history is Rick Barnes. 5th team out of the Big 12. They will meet the 5th team out of the Big 10, the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
And when you talk about the Big 12, I think a much improved conference this year, more so than the Big 10. Texas, although a little disappointing, this is a matchup I think favors them in terms of advancing.
Tubby Smith becomes the 6th coach to lead 4 different schools into the NCAA tournament. Now, Thursday, Saturday games in Philadelphia, the number 3 seed, Villanova Wildcats. How well do you think they're going to play in Philadelphia, huh? Coach Jay Wright and his Villanova Wildcats, 6th team out of the Big East, and hey, we get to play in Philadelphia. How good is that? Now, who do they get to meet? Out of the Patriot League, the Eagles of American University, conference tournament winners in the Patriot League. Eagles won the regular season and the league tournament title. Now, the 6th seed and the 5th team out of the Pac-10, the UCLA Bruins, top shooting team in the nation, and NCAA record 11 national titles to their credit, and they will meet the VCU Rams from the Colonial League, 3rd straight regular season title. They captured the conference tournament championship for the 2nd time in 3 seasons.
And I like this VCU team to pull off the upset over UCLA. I might like them to beat Villanova if they weren't playing in Philly, but VCU's going to be tough out for UCLA, and I think they're going to advance and pull off the upset.
All right, guys, let's take another look at this bracket now and see how it sets up for the number 1 seeded Pitt Panthers.
Well, I think they got just what they should have gotten. They have, by far, to me, the easiest bracket when you look at Pittsburgh. And again, I think they're going to be well rested. I think also they have more depth and experience than they've had in years past. This could be that year they get to the Final Four.
Florida State is the dangerous team for Pittsburgh in this part of the bracket. I like Florida State to advance past Xavier so they even meet in the second round. And then you look at the next part of the bracket. Like I said, I like VCU to beat UCLA. I think it sets up pretty well if you get a Duke versus Villanova in the Sweet 16. But Duke is a great matchup for Pittsburgh. If that's the regional final, Pittsburgh's going to the Final Four.